Hello guys, this is Dark Fox Sage 2 and we are back with our new fanfic, which is What If Naruto Fell in Love with Yugao While Junun Exam Part 1. And if you enjoy this fanfic, then please press the like button and please subscribe to the channel. It motivates me to upload more fanfic like these for you all. Now let's start the fanfiction. In a back alleyway of Konoha. Go away, what did I ever do? A 4-year-old Naruto said after being cornered by a group of drunk civilians after a long chase through the street of Konoha. A couple of the civilians moved closer to the cowering boy. What did you do? You know what you did, demon. An old civilian said, going right into Naruto's face with as much hate as possible, trying to scare the demon. The rest of the civilians started to get closer. We got it cornered, now I say we torture the demon for what he did to our families, a random civilian said. The civilians all agreed. Stay away please, I didn't do anything, Naruto said, curled in a ball too scary to move. Academy 20 minutes earlier. Hayate Gecko, you pass, Matsu-sensei said. Here's your headband and make us proud, Asuhi-sensei said beside his partner. Thank you, Asuhi-sensei, Hayate said gratefully, bowing his head slightly while tying his headband on and exiting the exam room. He's gonna go far, Asuhi said. Matsu could only nod in agreement at that statement, knowing it to be true. They got up and followed Hayate out of the room to give a speech to the new genin. Good job, Hayate, Jin said while giving Hayate a pat on the back. Thanks, Jin, Hayate said proudly. More of the genin started to approach Hayate to congratulate him on passing high-tet to become genin. Asuhi and Matsu appeared in the front of the class. The students who passed, please take a seat and be quiet, we got a couple of things to tell you. The ones who did not pass, try again next year. I have faith in all of you, oh try your best, Asuhi-sensei told them. The students who passed sat down and the ones who didn't left. Okay. Now genin of Konoha, you start your ninja career. From this day on you represent this village in the will of fire, so show how strong we have grown and show the world how great of a ninja you can be, Matsu-sensei said with passion. Hayate gave a small smile. I will, sensei. I will protect everyone in this village and show how strong the way of the sword truly is, Hayate thought. Most of the genin started to cheer and talk between one another. I'm finally a ninja, Hayate. I cannot wait to show what I am made of in the field, Jin said, shaking him slightly. I hope I am on your team, Jin, Hayate said happily, looking at Jin. I hope I'm on your team too, because we would make an awesome team. How we fight, with your sword techniques and me with my taijutsu and genjutsu, Jin said, smiling. Quiet down now, Matsu shouted. The students looked toward their sensei quietly. Now be here tomorrow at 8:30 to find out who your team is going to be, Asuhi-sensei said. The genin all started to rush out of the academy to greet their parents to show them that they passed. See you tomorrow, Hayate, Jin said, running off to his mom. See you, Jin, Hayate said, waving to Jin. Hayate left the academy grounds to get something to eat because his father was out on a mission right now. Hayate entered a dango stand and sat down. The waiter walked over to him. What would you like, sir? The waiter asked. I would like 4 sticks of dango and some tea, please, Hayate said. The waiter started to walk away. Your order will be out in a minute, the waiter said, walking to the back. When the waiter walked away, Hayate started to look around till his food came. 2 people were whispering at the table near the table he was at, so he started to listen to the conversation. The demon is going to get what he deserves. I saw him running off with a bunch of civilians chasing him, old man said. Are you sure they will be able to kill it? A younger guy asked. I hope so, or I will try and do it if they fail. That demon does not deserve to live, old guy replied. Hayate rushed out of the dango stand as fast as he could. Hayate started running all over trying to find the kid before the mob could kill him, so he started to listen for any screams from the kid or any shouts from the mob that went after the kid. He didn't hear any scream or shout, so he turned down another street. Hayate ran past a ramen stand and he started to hear people shouting, so he ran up a street and turned into a alley which the shouts are coming from. He saw a huge mob attacking the kid he was looking for. He hopped forward as fast as he could. Naruto, someone help me please. Naruto thought he knew if he screamed he would get beaten worse, so he showed no signs of fear of anger on his face and kept it blank. Naruto heard shouting from the mob. Then the mob stopped beating him. He didn't know why they would, so Naruto opened up his eye and saw that the mob moved back quite a bit with someone standing in front of him with sword. Get out of here now, Hayate shouted to the mob of civilians. Why are you protecting the demon? He does not deserve being protected, he deserved to be tortured, a random civilian shouted. He is a little kid, not the demon which you accuse of him being, so get out of here now or I will make you, Hayate said determined. A civilian rushed forward, with a knife drawn. If you're protecting the demon, you will die then, he shouted charging Hayate. Hayate got in a kenjutsu stance, drawing his blade while moving with the stance. He stepped to the side from an attempt at a stab. Then Hayate grabbed the civilian's wrist and snapped it. The civilian fell to his knees from the pain. He then followed it up by bringing the guard of his sword up and struck the civilian in the temple and knocked him out. Two more of the civilian charged Hayate get into a ready stance and went to the side and stabbed one civilian in his knee, then cut a shallow vertical slash up his body to his shoulder. The civilian drops forward and passes out from blood loss. Hayate ducked under a swing from the other civilian and slashed across his midsection, making him drop from blood loss near the other civilian. He looks at the other civilians. They turn scared and run away. Hayate sighs and turns around to face the kid while sliding the sword back in the sheath. Naruto started crawling back away from Hayate, still frightened by what happened to him. It's okay, I am not going you like those stupid civilians, Hayate says to a confused and scared Naruto. You don't think I'm a demon? Naruto asked confused. No, I don't. Because you're not a demon, just a boy, Hayate says to Naruto. He walks up to Naruto and picks him up. What are you doing? Naruto shouts. Taking you to the hospital to get treated for these injuries you got from the attack from the mob of civilians, Hayate says to a distraught Naruto. Naruto relaxes while Hayate starts to run to the hospital carrying him on his back. Not realizing that the hurt civilians on the ground were now gone. Hayate ran down the streets as fast as he could to the hospital. What's your name? Naruto asks. It's Hayate Gecko and I am 12 years old, Hayate replies. What's your name, kid? Hayate asks after a couple seconds. My name is Uzumaki Naruto and I am 4 years old, Naruto responds. A couple of minutes later. Are you a ninja? Naruto asks. Yes, I am. I just became a ninja today before I saved you, Hayate says. Cool, I want to be a ninja to like you, Hayate, Naruto says, slowly starting to pass out. Really? Well then you're going to have to work pretty hard then. Can you do that, Naruto? Hayate asks. Hayate sees the hospital coming up, so he picks up his speed. I'm gonna work as hard as I can. I'll be the best ninja ever, Naruto said, softly falling unconscious. He looks over his shoulder at Naruto, seeing that he passed out. I guess his body was damaged pretty badly. I got to hurry, Hayate thought, getting to the hospital and rushing into the front counter. When Hayate was about to tell the nurses about Naruto, a hand landed on his shoulder. Hayate looks up and sees an Anbu. What is it, Anbu-san? Hayate asks. The Anbu points to a room down the hall. The room is ready for him already, the Hokage set it up for you. I told him what happened, the tiger-masked Anbu said. They rushed to the room. When they got to the room, two nurses took Naruto off his back and laid him on the bed, and started to heal him. Hayate walked to the bed once the nurses finished up. Will Naruto be okay? Hayate asks the one nurse. Yes. He is stable, he will be perfectly fine when he wake up, so don't worry too much, the nurse replied. Thank you for helping him, Hayate, a voice said from behind. Hayate turns around to spot the Sandaime Hokage. Hokage-sama, why are you here? Hayate asks. Sandaime walks up to Naruto's bed once Naruto was hooked up and healed. I am here for Naruto. He is like a grandson to me, so I had to make sure he was alright, Sandaime says to Hayate. Thanks for saving him, Hayate. Those civilians will be punished for this, they still have not learned yet, the Sandaime says angrily, for what they did to Naruto again. No problem, Hokage-sama. Just helping someone who needs it, Hayate pronounced. Hayate got closer to Naruto's bed and took off the sword on his back, placing it up against his bed. This sword is for him to learn and use if he ants. I'm getting the family blade tonight, Hayate says to Sandaime, while turning around and starts walking towards the door. He said he wanted to be a ninja, so I wanted to help a little bit, and that sword is my way of helping, Hayate says, walking out the door and heading home. Sandaime looks towards Naruto's from, then smiles. Naruto-kun, looks like you made a decision to become a strong ninja to defend yourself in Konoha, and I will support you all the way, Sandaime thought while telling the nurse to tell him when Naruto wakes. Sandaime leaves, heading towards the Hokage Tower to deal with the civilians who did this to Naruto. Hokage Tower. Later that night, the Sandaime Hokage was sitting at his desk doing some of his paperwork that he neglected, due to the incident with Naruto. A tiger-masked Anbu appeared in front of his desk. What do you have for me, Tiger? Sandaime commanded, pushing his paperwork aside for later. Hokage-sama, we have interrogated the two civilians that were taken down by Hayate, the tiger-masked Anbu responded. What did you find out? Sandaime asked Tiger. We found out the names of the civilians who were responsible for attacking Naruto and are now being apprehended, sir, Tiger replied. What should we do with them, Hokage-sama? Tiger asked. Execute the ones who attacked Naruto and the ones who stayed back. Torture them for 24 hours to make an example of them, Sandaime commanded. The tiger-masked Anbu nods slightly while turning and vanishing out of sight to get the order out. Once Tiger was gone, he pulled his paperwork back in front of him and got to work. Naruto-kun, if what Hayate-san said was true about you wanting to be a ninja, then I will enroll you in the academy in 2 weeks, if you want, Sandaime thought while pulling out an academy enrollment form and signing it. Sandaime puts the form in one of his drawers, locking it for when Naruto wakes up, then gets up and heads to bed for a long day tomorrow. Next morning, hospital. Naruto slowly starts to open his eyes. Where am I? All I remember was Hayate carrying me, Naruto thought, confused. Sitting up, Naruto started to look around the room he was in to find out where he was. I'm in the hospital. When was I brought here? Naruto softly said to himself. It must have been Hayate who dropped me off here, Naruto thought happily, because he might have a new friend now. Naruto slowly tries to get off the bed, but at the moment Naruto finally got off the bed, a nurse walks in. Seeing him up, the nurse walks forward quickly and picks Naruto up and lays him back on the bed in a hurry. I'm fine, Naruto says to the nurse unhappily, because the nurse wouldn't let him up out of bed. No, you're not fine. I can tell just by looking at you that you're still in pain, the nurse says sternly. So no getting up, the nurse told him, walking out of the room to tell the Hokage that Naruto was awake. After the door shut, Naruto started to look around the room again, grumbling that he was fine. Out of the corner of his eye he sees Hayate's sword next to his bed, realizing he did not see that there right away. He must have forgot his sword here, Naruto thought, picking the sword up and pulling it out of the sheath, marveling at how the sword looked from the sunlight reflecting off the blade, making different colors appear on the blade. Wow, this is amazing. The sword must have cost quite a lot, Naruto whispered out loud. It sure did, Naruto-kun, but that blade is no yours, Sandaime replied, stepping closer to Naruto's bed. Naruto's eyes widen and almost ends up falling off the bed onto the floor, but Sandaime places Naruto back up into a sitting position on the bed. When did you get here, Gigi? I didn't even see you come in, Naruto asks. I came in when you first pulled your sword out of the sheath, You didn't see me because you are dazed by that blade, Sandame replies softly chuckling. Naruto blushes from embarrassment. Sorry Gigi, I'm just not used to seeing any type of sword or weapon like this, Naruto replied scratching the back of his head setting the sword in his lap. Quite alright Naruto-kun, it's your sword to use no anyway, Sandame says looking at Naruto. Really? But this is Hayate's sword, will he not miss the sword? Naruto asks. He won't miss it Naruto. He is the one that gave it to you saying how he wanted to help you in some way for when you become a ninja, Sandame replied looking at Naruto's face. Naruto picks up the blade from his lap to hold it. If it's from Hayate, I will not let him down. I will become the best ninja in all the nations using this sword so I can protect and defend Konoha. No matter if they hate me, I will get them to accept me for who I am, Naruto says making a vow with the sword in front of him. Sandame smiles pulling out the academy form from his pocket. You make me proud Naruto, I want to help you on your path, Sandame says. Naruto turns his head and looks at Sandame. This is an academy form Naruto, I signed it with my approval. I know you're only 4 years old but would you like to join the academy in 2 weeks from today, Sandame asks. Naruto jumps up and hugs Sandame ignoring the jolt of pain he got. Yes I want to, thank you Gigi, Naruto happily replies sitting back down on the bed. Well then Naruto, I got to go end this form and would you like to come with me, Sandame asks. He got an answer when Naruto shot up and got dressed as quick as possible while sliding the sword onto his back once his clothes were on. Let's go Gigi, Naruto says already walking out the door while the Sandame followed after him to lead him to the academy. Hayate was looking around the classroom at all the genin who passed waiting on Asuhi-sensei to name the teams. Jin walks up to Hayate and sits down next to him just arriving there now. Wow Jin, still late even after you become a genin, Hayate says lightly laughing. Hey, I'm not that late, they didn't even call the teams yet so I'm fine, Jin said waving off his comment. Asuhi and Matsu walk in through the door and stood in the front looking at the class seeing they were not going to get quiet so they announced their presence. Be quiet, Asuhi and Matsu said loudly. They quieted down. Now listen up, these will be the teams and senseis, Asuhi proclaimed loudly. I hope I am on Jin's and Meow's team, Hayate thought. Okay listen up, team 1 will be. Now team 6 will be Hayate Gecko, Jin Minori, and Miko Turian, your sensei is Shiitome, Matsu sensei announced. They will be here shortly so wait till they arrive, Asuhi sensei announced while walking out of the room with Matsu sensei. The team started to gather to get to know each other. Miko gets up and walks over to Hayate and Jin. Hey guys, is it okay if I sit here with you? Miko asks although a bit shly. Hayate turns his head instantly to her. Sure Miko. We're a team after all so it would be best if we get to know each other better, Hayate says. Miko sits down next to them. What type of ninja are you? Jin asks curiously. Well my skills that I am really good at are taijutsu and trap making, Miko replied. That's going to help our team nicely then. My best skills would revolve around my kenjutsu and my ninjutsu skills, Hayate says to Miko. My best skills are my taijutsu and my genjutsu, so your taijutsu and your trap making skills fit in nicely with this team, Jin said to Miko. Miko just looks at them and smiles. About 30 minutes later of discussing different topics, Hayate, Miko, and Jin realize they are the only ones left in the room. Where's our sensei? He should have been here already, Jin shouted. Don't worry Jin, he will probably be here real soon, Hayate says. After Hayate finished his sentence the door flew open and several kunai shot into the room. Jin dodged left out of the way. Hayate drew his sword and brought it up and deflected all that came at him but he realized most of them were headed for Miko so he jumped in front of Miko and helped her to deflect some of the kunai into the wall. Good job, you were able to dodge and deflect my kunai, a ninja said while walking in through the door. They all got in defensive stances. Who are you? Jin said, shouting at their attacker. I'm Shi Itome, your Junun sensei. Who else would I be? She stated, looking at them. Then why did you attack us? Miko asked. Ah, just testing your reflexes, she said, smiling. They stare at him. Only one thing comes to all of their minds: is he crazy? Now Team 6, meet me at training ground 6 in 20 minutes. If you're not there on time, we will be training in reflexes the rest of the day, she said, smiling evilly while vanishing in a swirl of leaves, going to training ground 6. Hayate and the rest of Team 6 eyes widen. They rush out of the open window in the room and rush down the street as fast as they could so that they could get to training ground 6 in under 20 minutes. Naruto and Sandaime just arrived at the academy and went in. What room are we going to? Naruto asks while they continue to walk the hallway of the academy. We're headed to the teacher lounge, Naruto-kun, to give them your form, Sandaime replied. They find the room they were looking for. They open the door and enter the teacher lounge. What are you doing here, Hokage-sama? Asuhi asks. I'm here with little Naruto, here to get him enrolled in your class in the academy in 2 weeks, Sandaime replied, handing the academy form to Asuhi for him to look over. You sure, Hokage-sama? This class 1 got are all kids in their 4th year here already, and it says here he is only 4-year-olds. Everyone in this class are 10. I mean he's not even 6 yet, which is the required age to enter your 1st year. I'm sure, Asuhi, I'll get someone to teach him the basic before he comes to your class in 2 weeks. He probably will surprise even you when he comes to your class then, so don't worry, he will be a good addition to your class, Sandaime told Ashi. Asuhi looks at the form one more time while sliding it into his folder. He turns to Naruto. Be here in 2 weeks to meet your class, Naruto, Asuhi said, smiling at him. Okay, sensei, I will, Naruto replies happily because he will be able to be a ninja sooner than he thought. Well then, see you in 2 weeks, Naruto, Asuhi says as the Sandaime and Naruto turn around and exit the teacher lounge. Did you see that sword? It was Hayate's. Looks like Hayate took a liking to him, Matsu says, appearing next to Asuhi. It does not matter. He is his own person and it's our job to start pulling out that potential in him, Asuhi replies. They turn and get back to work. Naruto and Sandaime start walking back down the academy hallway they came up to leave. Thanks, Gigi. I get to be a ninja sooner now, Naruto says. That may be, Naruto, but that's only if you pass all your classes and work hard to achieve your goal, Sandaime says to Naruto as they continue walking down the hallway. I know, Gigi, and I will do my best, Naruto states, running forward. I know you will, Naruto, Sandaime thought, watching Naruto. Naruto kept running down the hallway, not paying much attention to anything, so when a door opened in front of him out of nowhere, he crashes right into the person walking out. Ow! Naruto thought, falling onto his back. Are you okay? I'm sorry, a girl with purple hair asks, standing above him with a hand out to help him up. Yeah, I'm okay, thanks, Naruto says, taking the hand to get up. Once Naruto was standing, he looked right at her into her brown eyes and froze. Wow, she's beautiful, Naruto thought, staring at her. Sandaime sees this and stays back to let the two talk for a bit. Are you sure you're okay? The girl asked with a concerned look on her face. Yeah, I'm fine, are you okay? I mean, I did run into you after all, Naruto says. I'm fine, I mean you running into me hurt a little, but that's okay, she replied. That's good, I thought I might have hurt you somewhat, but I'm glad you're okay, Naruto states. The girl just smiles at him for his concern. So what's your name? Naruto asks her. My name is Yugao Azuki. What's your name? Yugao says. Naruto Uzumaki. It's nice to meet you, Yugao, Naruto says. It's nice to meet you to Naruto, but I got to run now, see ya, Yugao says, running down the hallway. Naruto just looks on as she runs down the hallway. When Yugao reached the exit, she looks back at Naruto. Maybe we will see each other around, Yugao says before running out the doors. I hope we do, Naruto thought. Sandame walks to Naruto. So Naruto got a crush, Sandame says teasing Naruto. Naruto starts sputtering. No I don't Gigi, Naruto shouted with a blush on his face. Sandame chuckles. Naruto sticks his tongue out him. Okay, come on then do you want to get something to eat? Sandame asks Naruto while ruffling his hair. Ramen Gigi. Come on, Naruto says dragging the Hokage out of the academy with him to the ramen stand. Team 6. They were rushing to training grounds 6 as fast as they could. We're almost there I can see the training ground from here, Hayate said to his team while he jumps to the net tree. Yes, we are going to make it we still have 6 minutes to make it, Jin shouted picking up from branch to branch the close they got to the training grounds. Miko looks at them, then looks on while they finally land on training grounds 6. They landed in the field where their sensei was waiting for them. Looks like we got here before 20 minutes, Jin said with a grin. So what are we going to do sensei? Hayate asks. Nothing. You did what you had to do for today, Shin said. They look at him like he is crazy. Don't we have some sort of test? Miko asks. Hayate and Jin both nod and look at Shin to that question. Getting here in under 20 minutes is part of that test, so there's nothing else to do today. The other part of the test will be held here at 8 in the morning tomorrow and it's a survival test, Shin explained to them smiling evilly because he got something planned for them. Team 6 all shudder at Shin's smile. So we can just go home then? Hayate asks slowly unsure. Yep. But be prepared tomorrow the test I have planned for you guys tomorrow won't be easy, Shin explains laughing while leaving in a swirl of leaves. They turn to each other. I say we get here an hour early and prepare for our sensei's test, Hayate proposed to his 2 teammates. Jin and Miko both agree with Hayate's plan and all 3 starts to head home with the test on their minds. Naruto walked up to the ramen stand seeing Ayame and rushes in to greet them. Hey Ayame Ne-chan, Naruto shouts sitting down a stool. Hey Naru-chan, what would you and Hokage-sama like? Ayame asks seeing the Hokage sit next to Naruto. They started eating discussing things. The Sandame finished his food first and placed money on the counter for his and Naruto's food. Naruto wanting to stay longer and talk to Ayame. Sandame bid them good day and went back to the Hokage tower to get some of his paperwork done. Naruto ordered more ramen. Ayame turns to him to continue their conversation after the Hokage walked out. So what have you been up to Naruto? Ayame asked Naruto while he slurped up his ramen. Today was great Ayame Ne-chan, I'm joining the Ninja Academy in 2 weeks because Gigi enrolled me today, Naruto says happily. Already Naruto, I thought you had to be 6 to enroll in the academy, Ayame says. Nope. Gigi got me in, and I'm going to make him and you guys proud. I'm going to be the best ninja anyone has ever seen, Naruto stated. Ayame smiles while bring Naruto another bowl of ramen. Well you got to work hard then if you want to achieve your dream Naruto-kun, Ayame says. I will, I'm going to starting training tomorrow. Naruto replied finishing his last bowl of ramen then standing up because it was getting dark. Well then see you tomorrow after your training, I'll have a big bowl of ramen waiting for you in the afternoon, Ayame shouts watching Naruto run off. Naruto waves rushing off down the street. Naruto runs down the main street heading towards his apartment. While running down the street a drunk guy steps out in front of him, making Naruto stop a couple of feet back. Those other guys failed so I'm going to finish you off here demon, old drunk said coming forward to stab Naruto with a broken booze bottle he had. I am Naruto, I'm not a demon you old drunk, Naruto shouted and pushed the guy back a bit. The old drunk went forward again to try and stab Naruto. Naruto on a scared reflex drew his sword and swung his sword in a vertical slash upwards right when the guy got in his face, slicing right through the drunk's right arm. A shocked Naruto takes a couple of steps back, feeling all the blood on him and seeing it on the ground. "You demon!" The old man yelled in pain, charging forward intent to kill him. Naruto sees this, so he stood there and waited for him to strike. Naruto sidestepped to the right away from the stab, and then Naruto steps back in front of the drunk and takes a deep breath, plunging his sword up through the drunk's stomach and out his back. After a couple seconds he pulls the sword out with a blank face, but then takes a deep breath again and looks at the guy now on the ground. "I better tell Gigi what happened," Naruto said to himself. Naruto looks up and sees an Anbu appear next to the dead body, picking the body up and hoisting it on his shoulders. "I'll deal with this, and then tell the Hokage. Just head home, Naruto, and get some rest for your training tomorrow with me," stated the Anbu. "You're training me tomorrow?" Naruto asks excitedly. Then the dog-masked Anbu nods, then vanishes. Naruto heads towards getting to his apartment. He opens the door, getting undressed, and takes a long shower. After the shower he cleans the blood off his sword. "Thank you, Hayate. If it weren't for your blade I might be in the hospital again tonight," Naruto thought, putting his sword against his dresser. Then Naruto headed towards he laid on the bed. "I'll finally be starting my training tomorrow," Naruto thought, falling asleep. Next morning, Naruto jolts up, falling out of bed due to someone knocking on his apartment door. Naruto slowly picks himself off the floor, still slightly dazed but noticing not much light was entering in through his window. He turns to his clock, realizing it was only 4 in the morning. "Who the heck is it this early in the morning?" Naruto thought, pissed, storming to the door to give the person a piece of his mind. Another knock resounded on the door. I'm coming, Naruto shouted, opening the door, almost breaking the door off the hinges. "What do you want?" Naruto asks angrily at a silver-haired guy who was standing outside his door. "I did say be prepared for training today and get some rest last night," the guy with silver hair and only one eye showing replied. Naruto looks him over for a couple seconds, then realizing that this was the Anbu from the night before. "You're that other Anbu that Gigi had watching over me," Naruto says. "Yep. Though the name's Kakashi. Now get ready and get your sword, it's time for training," Kakashi told Naruto. Naruto then turns around and runs back into his apartment, slamming the door right in Kakashi's face. "Well, I guess he's excited," Kakashi thought to himself, waiting for Naruto to come out. The door suddenly shot open PNCE again with a fully dressed Naruto standing in front of him. "I'm ready, Kakashi-sensei," Naruto said to Kakashi, while shutting the door behind him. Meet me at training ground 7 in 30 minutes so we can begin. I have to pick some things up," Kakashi said, leaving in a swirl of leaves. "Damn, sensei. You could have just dropped me off there," Naruto grumbles to himself in having to run to training ground 7. About 20 minutes later, Naruto runs into training ground 7 expecting his sensei to already be at the training ground. "Where is he?" Naruto asked himself, taking his sword off his back and lays it on the ground, while he himself it's Don leaning against a tree to relax. About 10 minutes later, Naruto looks around, not seeing Kakashi yet, so deciding to get up and try his sword out on a wooden dummy a little bit before Kakashi got there so he could get a feel for the weapon. Naruto picks up his sword and gets up, heading towards a wooden training dummy. While unsheathing his sword, he puts the holder on his back. "I feel like this weapon was made for me," Naruto thought, staring at the sword he got from Hayate in his hands. Naruto then got into a random stance that he came up with in that moment, charging the training dummy. He started swinging different ways to see what was the best way to swing the sword he had. After 20 minutes, he dropped onto his back from exhausting himself, still having the sword in his hand tightly gripped. Kakashi appeared above him in a swirl of leaves and scrolls in his hands. "Where were you, Kakashi-sensei?" Naruto asked, standing slowly. "I went to go get some training equipment and materials for our sessions these next 2 weeks before you start the academy after," Kakashi states to Naruto. Naruto nods. Will you still be training me while I am still in the academy as well, sensei? Naruto asks. Yes, I will be, but only when I'm not busy with Anbu missions. The Hokage needed someone to start training you, so I volunteered to help you out, Kakashi says, putting most of the scrolls he had and kept one of them out. Thank you, Kakashi sensei, Naruto says enthusiastically. Kakashi looks at Naruto throwing some arm and leg weights at Naruto after he pulled them out of the scroll he was holding. The arm weights weigh around 10 pounds each and the leg ones around 20 pounds each. You will wear them all day every day, but not when you're sleeping at night, Kakashi says, watching Naruto slip the weights on, barely standing once on. Now what, sensei? Naruto asks, feeling the strain on his body from the weights. We will up the weight every 2 days by 5 pounds. You will do the warm-up now, ith these weights on. Every day you'll do this to get your body awake and aware, Kakashi says to Naruto. Naruto eyes widen at this, knowing he could barely move right now with this excess weight on him. The warm-up will consist of 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, 50 punches, 50 kicks and 50 laps around the training ground. Once warm-up is done for the day, the real training shall start, Kakashi states. Any questions? Kakashi's a stunned Naruto. Are you freaking insane? Naruto shouts, thinking he was crazy. Never thought about it. Oh well, begin, Kakashi says. Naruto got down and started to do his push-ups, grumbling about his crazy sensei. Kakashi turns and jumps into a tree and relaxes while reading his new Ichi book he just bought today. Around an hour later, Naruto finishes his last lap around the training ground, finishing his warm-up for the day, extremely exhausted by it. Naruto slowly walks up to the tree where Kakashi was sitting in. I'm done, Kakashi-sensei, Naruto says tiredly, watching Kakashi close his book and jump down right in front of him. Kakashi looks and sees how tired Naruto is, realizing a 4-year-old just completed this type of warm-up in only an hour. He was very impressed. That was pretty quick. It only took you an hour to complete your warm-up, Kakashi says. It's because I am awesome, Naruto states, punching the air. Well, since you're done with your morning warm-up, you will now meditate, Kakashi says, knowing Naruto is about to shout. What? I thought I was going to become stronger, Naruto shouts. Kakashi looks at Naruto sternly. You have to find your chakra source first, and push it out, to unlock your chakra. They would have done this in the academy your first year there, but you're being put in a class already in its 4th year, so you need to do this first to get anything done, Kakashi states to a now grumbling Naruto. Alright, I'll do it, Kakashi-sensei, Naruto says, sitting down to start his meditation. Closing his eyes, he starts searching for his chakra pool, while Kakashi just leans against the tree reading his book to wait for Naruto to finish. 30 minutes later, Kakashi felt chakra burst and looks up from his book, lifting his hayate off his left eye to see what was going on. He saw chakra flowing out of Naruto, trying to get used to Naruto's chakra coils. Once the chakra flare dissipated, Kakashi put his hayate back down over his left eye, while watching Naruto slowly open his eyes and stand up. I did it, Kakashi-sensei, Naruto says, jumping up for joy. Kakashi puts his book away and walks up to Naruto. What's next, Kakashi-sensei? Naruto asks once he calmed down. Kakashi thought about it for a moment, then grabbed a leaf off a tree and handed it to Naruto. Why did he give me a leaf? Naruto thought, staring at the leaf in confusion. You will be doing the first exercise of chakra control to get better control of your chakra. You have to get the leaf to stay attached to your forehead for at least 10 minutes before I will even think you're ready to move on to anything else, Kakashi says. Naruto tries putting the leaf to his forehead while putting chakra into the leaf so that it would stick, but no luck, it falls off 2 seconds later. This is pointless. Is this supposed to help me to become a great ninja? Naruto asks. Once you get this down, you will be able to do basic jutsu and be able to do harder chakra control exercises, making you lose less chakra on jutsu when you start learning jutsu, Kakashi replies. I get it, I'll keep trying, Naruto says, trying to stick the leaf to his forehead only using chakra again. Kakashi sees this and leaves to go to the library to get some books on history and basic shinobi rules, also some mini chakra exercises. 20 minutes later Naruto started to get the exercise down, so an hour later when Kakashi appeared in front of him, Naruto had the leaf stuck to his forehead, so Kakashi walks forward to Naruto. Looks like you completed the exercise, Naruto, Kakashi says, handing the new scroll he got with the library books in it to Naruto. Naruto, while standing up, takes the leaf off his head and accepts the scroll from Kakashi. What's this for, sensei? Naruto asks. That scroll there has books on history and on shinobi laws, and many chakra exercises to learn, so study up on them an hour a night, until you enter the academy. It will catch you up with your classmates, Kakashi says. How do I get the books out? Naruto asks, opening the scroll. All you got to do is put a little bit of chakra into one of the seals in the book, then a book'll pop out. Also, to put it back in place, you set the book on the seal and pour a bit of chakra into the seal again, the book'll disappear, Kakashi states, watching Naruto try taking the book out and putting it back in, after Naruto slipped the scroll into his pocket. Now what, Kakashi-sensei? Naruto asks. We will practice kenjutsu for the rest of the day now, Kakashi says, pulling out 2 wooden swords for a scroll, holding on to one and tosses one to Naruto, who caught it, eager to begin. Attack me however you like, and I will help you. You will have your own style once we are done here with your training in 2 weeks, so attack me in different maneuvers so I can find a good kenjutsu style for you, Kakashi says. Naruto then got into a random stance he felt comfortable in, and then he takes 2 steps forward, then bursts out running at Kakashi. While Kakashi just stands there waiting for Naruto to reach him to begin his lesson. Naruto jumps forward with a vertical slash starting at Kakashi's midsection, but Kakashi takes a step back, bringing his sword down and swings it, taking out Naruto's legs out from under him. Kakashi jumps 10 feet back, getting back into his stance. Keep your legs and feet more firm and apart so that something like that'll not happen again, Kakashi says, watching Naruto get up and getting back into his stance, while moving his legs and feet farther apart, charging again. I'm going to get you this time, sensei, Naruto says, determined, closing in on Kakashi. Kakashi brings up his sword, swings it slightly to the side, while dodging to the right, hitting Naruto right in the arm, then kicks Naruto in the gut and sends him skidding across the ground. Your arm, bring it closer to the front of you so that you can guard and attack whenever you need to switch, Kakashi says, seeing Naruto get back up and fix the problem he just addressed. Now come again, Kakashi says. Naruto shot forward again, but this time he chooses to come in lower to try to get past Kakashi's guard. It didn't work. Naruto gets hit in the face and then side, sending him skidding once again across the ground. Naruto gets up again. Team 6, Training Ground 6. Hayate, Jin, and Miko arrive at Training Ground 6 at 7, just like they planned so that they could prepare for the test at 8. They sat down in the grass field, but they didn't know that most of the forest was already covered in traps, and the field they were in had similar traps prepared. She was sitting in a tree looking at his team, knowing about their plans since yesterday, so he set this up to be their test of teamwork. So Hayate, what's the plan? Jin asks Hayate, who was thinking what to do. Why don't we set up some traps in the area? Because most likely the test will be a battle between us against our sensei, so that it will give us an advantage over him, Miko says, shocking Hayate and Jin because she never talked that much before and the plan was really good. That is a really good idea, Miko, Hayate said, smiling at her. Where should the traps go though? Jin asks. How about Jin, you lay the traps in the forest with Miko, while I will lay a couple traps here in the field, Hayate says, standing up, knowing they only had an hour to work on the traps before their sensei got there. Okay then, let's get to work, Jin said, running off into the forest with Miko to set up traps. Hayate starts walking around the training field trying to find the perfect areas to lay traps for their sensei. Then he looked down, hearing a click coming from beneath his foot. Multiple little fires appearing around him, making little hissing sounds. Hayate's eyes widen. Exploding tags. Hayate thought, cowering with a big tree branch off to the side a second before it went off. Boom! The entire clearing went up in a blaze, shaking from the massive explosion. That was a laid trap, but who set it up? Hayate thought, walking back into the clearing, although a bit slowly, making sure there were no more traps. Miko, Jin, they just entered the forest, jumping from branch to branch. Where should we set up the first trap? Jin asks Miko, who was looking around. Right there, Miko says, landing on the forest floor, with Jin following. Why here? Jin asks. This path leads to the forest entrance. It will be a good trap to lead him to, Miko says, starting to set up a trip-wire kunai launcher's trap, with the trees as a cover point to cover the launchers. Good idea, Jin states, helping by setting some launchers in random positions to the trip-wire. They finish the trap, but then an explosion rocketed the forest, making the whole ground shake, throwing Miko right onto her own trap, making her eyes widen, having no time to react. Jin launches forward and dives forward while taking both of them out of the way, landing a couple of feet away. What was that explosion? Jin asks. They heard laughing, then they both blacked out. Hayate got back to where he was in the clearing before and saw how bad the area looked. I definitely would have died if I was hit by that, Hayate thought. He heard laughing, so he turned around and he saw Shi-sensei laughing. Did you do this, sensei? I could have died, Hayate shouted at him. You could have, but you didn't. Now the test truly begins, she said, smiling evilly. What do you mean, sensei? Hayate asked. I mean what I said. The test is that you have to save your two teammates from the area that I have set up. If you are able to get them out of there, then you three-'ll have to fight me to pass your Junun test and start getting missions, she stated, appearing in front of Hayate, punching him in the gut, knocking him out. She placed a knocked out Hayate in a small clearing within the forest so he can start the test. She vanishes in a swirl of leaves after. Around an hour later, Hayate woke up, getting in a sitting position. Why did sensei do that? Was it to test me in trying to find my teammates in the forest while lost myself? Hayate asked himself, standing up, while starts to run to the denser part of the woods. Jin, Miko. They were both now awake, but they were trapped, tied to a tree using chakra wire, so they couldn't get free. What's going on? How did we get up here? Jin shouted. I think it was sensei. I mean, we are not dead or captured by enemy ninja, so this must be his test, Miko says. I guess we have to rely on Hayate to help us out and rescue us from up here, Jin says, sounding dejected. I hope Hayate can. I mean, look at this area. It's completely covered in razor wire and most likely some of them are trip wires as well, Miko stated, trying to figure out why their sensei made the test so extreme. Hayate will save us. He would never leave his friends behind, so I say I give him a little help in finding us, Jin says, making a bird call only Hayate knew about. Miko just nods at Jin. Hayate was jumping from branch to branch, but then he heard a loud bird call. He realized it's coming from Jin. He made this bird call in the academy. He's trying to tell him where they are at. I'm coming, Jin, Hayate thought, jumping up higher in the forest and farther in, stopping on a branch a good 10 feet from a big tree that Jin and Miko were tied to. What took you so long? Jin says. It's because sensei knocked me out, Hayate stated. I was right, it is a part of sensei's test, Miko says. Be careful, Hayate. You can see that the area around us is covered in razor wire and traps, so proceed slowly, Jin says nervously. Hayate nods his head slightly, sliding his sword out of the sheath, diving forward in between an open area, with nothing there but the trip wire. His leg ripped out of the position while reaching the tree. I'll get you guys free, Hayate told them, flowing chakra to his blade, swinging it forward and cutting through the razor wire, releasing his team. Kunai started to come at them from all directions, so they got into a circle and started knocking the kunai off course. Once the kunai stopped, they jumped back into the forest to exit it. So they made it out of the forest. I better go greet them, she said, appearing from behind a tree. They were almost to the exit. They could feel the breeze from the field hit them, so they picked up speed to get out, missing all the trip wires they pulled out. We are almost out, Jin says happily. I hope there are no more traps, Hayate says. Miko looks forward and just nods to the statement. When they saw the exit coming up, they started to hear hissing sounds coming from all over. The whole forest around them. Many flames started to appear, lighting up the forest. All their eyes widened as they shot forward faster than before. The tags started going off, with the ones farther in going off first. The explosions started getting closer to them. They pushed chakra to their legs and then to their feet, diving out of the forest a good distance away from the forest right when the entrance of the forest exploded. The explosion slowed a lot, but the forest still looked extreme chaos. Thank God, we made it out, Jin said, huffing from what happened. That wasn't so bad, Miko says sarcastically. Well then let me make it harder, she said, walking out of the forest with the flames licking his shirt, making him look evil. They turned to him, scared but getting in defensive stances nonetheless. So you saved them after all, Hayate. I thought you might not because of it being too dangerous, she says to Hayate. I don't care how hard it was to save them, I'm just glad they are my teammates, so I would never leave them behind, Hayate states, while Miko and Jin both nod to agree with him. You guys are a wonderful team, but I have no choice but to pass you, she says with an iron smile, but nonetheless Team 6 is official now. No way, we pass, Jin says, excited, turning to Hayate and Miko. I can't believe it, Hayate says, perplexed. You guys deserve a good rest. It's getting late, so head home, Team 6, and be prepared for your first mission tomorrow, she says, disappearing in a swirl of leaves, and Team 6 turns start their trek home, happy that they were finally a team. Naruto. I still can't hit you, Kakashi-sensei, Naruto says tiredly while back on the ground again from another beatdown. It's been a long day, Naruto, but you only just began your training, so I don't expect you to be able to even get close to touching me for a while, Kakashi says, taking his wooden sword, sealing it back up, letting Naruto keep his. Naruto slowly stands up, but clearly exhausted from the day. Are we done for the day? Naruto asks, feeling really tired from getting beaten up for most of the day. Yes, Naruto, you may head home now, Kakashi says, watching Naruto turn to walk away, but drops onto the grass, falling unconscious. Kakashi walks up to Naruto's body and lifts him up and starts to disappear in a swirl of leaves to take him home. You're going to be strong one day, Naruto, and you will get the respect you deserve from everyone of the villagers, just like you want, Kakashi thought. Disappearing out of sight. It's only 2 in the morning, why can't I go back to sleep? Naruto asks himself, knowing he had to get up in 5 hours for his first day at the academy, so he rolled over onto his side, trying to fall back to sleep but failing to do so. Damn it, Kakashi-sensei, waking me up at 4 every day for the past 2 weeks, now I can't sleep in later, Naruto thought, grumbling, slowly pulling his covers off himself, and sliding out of bed to get a shower. After he got a nice cool shower, trying to wake his body up so he could practice some kenjutsu, before heading towards the academy. Naruto walked to his dresser, putting on a pair of black Anbu-style shinobi pants and a black muscle shirt, while he flings his sword onto his back. Turning around, he trudges to the kitchen to make himself something to eat before heading out. He opened up the fridge and got some milk out, shutting the door behind him, walking to the table and setting it down before going to a cabinet that he kept his instant ramen in, pulling one out, filling it up with water and heating it up, then taking it to the table to eat it. I wonder what it will be like to be the only 4-year-old in class, Naruto thought to himself, nervously, knowing that they may make fun of him for being so young, or mad that he skipped 3 years of the academy. It doesn't matter, I will beat every one of them, Naruto shouted, getting pumped for his first day. After Naruto finished his breakfast, he headed out of the apartment, shutting the door behind him to head to training ground 7. Once Naruto left his apartment, he started sprinting down the road, seeing no one out, Because of it being 4 in the morning now he didn't mind though, it being quiet made it all the much better. I think I should get some new weapons first before I head to the training ground, Naruto thought, turning and heading down a different street to a weapon shop that was open this early. He approached the weapons store seeing the lights on, so opening the door he entered and shutting the shop door behind him. How may I help you? Higurashi the store owner asked Naruto once he entered through the door. I would like a new set of kunai and shuriken, also some chakra weights, so I can up the weight as much as I like, Naruto said to Higurashi, who got up off his stool and went to the back to get the necessary equipment for him. While Higurashi was in the back, Naruto started to look at all the things on the walls. Naruto spots a book on a shelf that caught his eye, so he walks over to the shelf and realizes it's a book of Fuinjutsu. Wow, this looks amazing. I remember Sensei explaining to me what Fuinjutsu does and how it works. I want to try it out, Naruto says to himself, flipping a couple of pages in the book. Higurashi walks back out seeing Naruto looking through a book on Fuinjutsu that he put on the shelf just yesterday. What are you doing, Naruto? Higurashi asks, watching Naruto turn towards him with a giddy look on his face. Naruto walks up to the counter, placing the book on the counter once shut. Could I get this book as well, Higurashi? Naruto says, hoping he would allow it being that he was so young. Sure you can, Naruto. That's only a beginner's guide anyway, so I don't mind. I'm glad you're interested in it though. There are not many Fuinjutsu users out there, Higurashi says, ringing the equipment and the book up. That will be 10,000 ryo, Higurashi states, waiting for Naruto to get the money out. Naruto gets the required money out, giving it to Higurashi. Naruto grabs his equipment and book, taking off his old weights, putting them in one of the scrolls Kakashi gave him, while slipping on the new ones and putting the kunai and shuriken in their respective holster. Thanks, Higurashi-san, Naruto says. No problem, Naruto, just remember, whenever you need something just come to me, I'll be happy to help you out, Higurashi says, watching Naruto bolt through his door and down the road. Now time for some training. The academy starts in 3 hours, so I got plenty of time, Naruto thought to himself, just now entering training ground 7. Naruto walks into the clearing, starting his morning warm-up like he did every morning these past 2 weeks with Kakashi's torture he called training, but the training helped him in the end. He dropped and began his push-ups, doing 100 instead of 50 now because Kakashi had upped the count only 1 week into his training. Once finished with his 100 push-ups, he moved on to his 100 sit-ups, then his 100 laps around the training ground. When he finished his last lap, he walked back to the center of the clearing, starting to stretch when a dog-mated Anbu appeared in front of him in a swirl of leaves. What are you doing here, Kakashi-sensei? Naruto asks, shocked to see him here, since the 2 weeks were over. For one, I'm here because this is usually where we have been training for the last 2 weeks, so I knew you all be here because I have been waking you up at 4 the past 2 weeks, so your body is used to it by now and wakes up on its own now at this time, Kakashi says, explaining it to Naruto. I should beat you up for that, Kakashi-sensei. I couldn't get any extra sleep this morning. I'll probably be falling asleep in class today. So thanks for setting my body on this routine, Naruto says, grumbling about stupid senseis. You'll be fine. You will be able to stay awake all day. I mean, you were doing it in our training sessions, so you can do it during the academy as well, Kakashi says. I hope. But what are you doing here, sensei? Naruto asks again. I am here to wish you luck. Even though you don't need it because you know most of the things the academy teaches, but also I am here to train you some more in Kenjutsu before I leave on my mission and before you head to the academy. Kakashi explains, unsealing a wooden sword, while Naruto does the same. They both get into stances, preparing for the spar. Hey, Kakashi-sensei, good thing you have a mask, so I don't see your shocked face when I kick your ass, Naruto says, smirking, charging forward. Well, maybe you're right, but most likely you will miss my grin when I knock you down again, Kakashi says, back charging forward to meet him halfway. Naruto came up but ducked quickly from a swing from Kakashi, who followed it up, bringing his knee up to try and knee Naruto in the face, but Naruto brings up his left arm guarding his face but still sliding back quite a bit because of his tiny frame compared to Kakashi's. Damn it! Naruto thought, jumping forward swinging his sword diagonally. Kakashi brings his blade up and the two swords clashed. They both started swinging trying to get the upper hand on the other, but their swords just kept clashing, so neither got any ground on the other. He has really improved quite a bit in these last 2 weeks, even though I'm only going about 5% on him, but he still is really good for a 4-year-old, Kakashi thought, blocking another swing from Naruto. Kakashi starts pushing Naruto farther and farther back, using about 10% of his strength now. Naruto jumps up and over a swing from Kakashi, coming down on him with an axe kick, but a second before it connected, Kakashi leans back and grabs Naruto's ankle with his left hand, swinging him around, throwing him into a tree about 20 feet away. Okay Naruto, that is enough for right now, I need to get going. I'm about 3 hours late by now, Kakashi says, sealing the wooden sword back up, watching Naruto stand up shakily after the collision with the tree, sealing his wooden sword away as well. So you're using me as an excuse for being late now? Naruto asks. Yep. Though I think you may need to use me as an excuse as well, since you only got about 2 minutes to make it to the academy before you're late. Yane, Kakashi says, vanishing in a swirl of leaves to go meet his team at the gates of Konoha. What? Naruto shouted out, looking at the sun for a moment, then realizing Kakashi was right, grabbing his sword and strapped it to his back while running to the academy. I think I will use Sensei as an excuse since he is the one that made me late, Naruto thought, running down the street to the academy.